consequential issues. When we last saw you in September, the Congress had just...
We are seeing steady and sustainable progress along DoD's two main lines of effort. First, we are seeing progress in degrading and destroying ISIL's warfighting capacity and in denying safe haven to its fighters. Directly and through support of Iraqi forces, coalition airstrikes have hit ISIL's command and control, its leadership, its revenue sources, its supply lines and logistics, and impaired its ability to mass forces. In recent weeks, these strikes helped Peshmerga forces push ISIL out of Zumar in northern Iraq and helped Iraqi security forces begin retaking areas around the major oil refinery at Baji. Partnership, as we have dealt with some of the... As you know, last week, the Defense Department announced that we will expand the support to Iraqi forces by deploying up to 1,500 additional military personnel, including 2 new advise and assist centers at locations beyond Baghdad and Erbil, as well as 4 new training centers in northern, western, and central Iraq.
Ben Rhodes stated that the President will...
These additional troops and facilities will help strengthen and reconstitute Iraqi forces, expanding the geography of our mission, but not the mission itself. U.S. military personnel will not be engaged in a ground combat mission. A tremendous demonstration of unity among...
I'm not predicting at this point that I would recommend that those forces in Mosul and along the border would need to be accompanied by U.S. forces, but we're certainly considering it. Some who have been retired, some of who have been relieved, some of who have been... There's 2 ways we could go about this strategy to defeat ISIL. We could take ownership of it entirely and then gradually over time transition it back to Iraqi security forces, Peshmerga, tribes, Sunni opposition. Or from the beginning, we could enable them and then hold them accountable for the outcomes because, after all, it is their country that is most threatened by this threat. And obviously, we've taken the latter course. In taking that latter course, we've established a modest footprint, one that is focused on the development of these security forces, assisting them with planning, integration of fires, and advising and assisting them from higher headquarters. Any expansion of that, I think, would be equally modest. I just don't foresee a circumstance when it would be in our interest to take this fight on ourselves with a large military contingent.
Secretary Hagel, some of your predecessors